Let's say that you're asked to find y prime of 8 when y is equal to e to the sine of x. If you want to do this with your calculator, what you do is, from the home screen, hit the math button, and then choose option number 8, which is nDeriv. Now this is in Leibniz notation, so this first part is saying d, find the derivative with respect to, we're going to do with respect to x, and then this next spot we put which function we're taking the derivative of. We are going to do e to the sine of x, and then this vertical bar means evaluated at, and we are evaluating this at 8. Hit enter, and it gives you that the slope of the tangent line is negative 0.391, 391 thousandths, negative style. Let's say that you're asked to find the derivative evaluated at 1, 2, 3, and 4 of this function. We could use the same process that we just used, or what I think is a better way is to make a table of values for this. If you hit the y equals button, let's say that we put into y1 this function. So we got a numerator, so it's going to go in parentheses 3x squared plus 8, that ends the numerator, divided by the denominator, x minus 4. Now what I can do is I can go to y2 and I can define it as the derivative of what's in y1. To do that, I go math, nDeriv, option 8, taking the derivative with respect to x. Now I could type in this spot here, this function again, 3x squared plus 8 divided by x minus 4. Or if I hit, let's see, alpha F4, and I choose y sub 1, it's now taking, and whatever's in y sub 1, it's putting it in there for me. Evaluated at, I don't want to put into this, 1, 2, 3, and 4 separately. So I'm going to say find the derivative with respect to x. So in other words, if I were to graph this, which I'm not going to do right now, it would graph the original function and the derivative. If you go to your table feature, hit second table set, or second table I should say, you'll see in column 1, well, let me go back for a second. Let me clear what's in this table, which I can't. So I'm going to hit second table set. Right now it's set to auto. I'm going to change this to ask. By changing it to ask, I'm going to get to decide what's going to go into this table. Table set, or the delta table, I'm going to set to 0. Delta start. I messed up. Let me say this again. First of all, if it's set to ask, it doesn't matter what you put in, table start and delta table. If you set it to auto, let me show you what happens if you set it to auto. I'm going to have my table start at 0, and then the change in the table is 1. If I look at my table by going second table, you'll see that it starts at 0, and it keeps adding 1 to get to the next number. If I go second table set, and I set this to ask, and then I go second table, I've got to type numbers in order to generate this list. So if I want to put in a 1 and hit enter, the y value is negative 3.667. The slope is negative 3.222. So here, y prime of 1, which is going to be my y2 column, is negative 3.22. If I put a 2 in, and a 3 in, and a 4 in, I get slopes of negative 11, negative 53, and 5.6. And it says e to the 7th, which means times 10 to the power of 7. If I hover over it, I can see what the actual number is. So there's a way to use your table. Once again, we could graph it. If I did look at the graph, we should see the original function in blue. And then I believe in red, we're going to see the derivative being graphed. So there you go. That's how you can use your calculator to find derivatives.